G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the brand new expansion pack for Age of Empires for the Sultan's Ascend, and boy oh boy have we got a special game for you guys today. This is a team game and there's a very special reason we are casting it, but let's introduce our players first and maybe we'll work out why we're casting this game. Spawning in on the east side of the map in the color orange, playing as the brand new Abbasid variant civilization, the Ayyubids, in the color orange. It is Dinos6415. And to his north, in the color teal, playing as the Chinese variant Juicy's Legacy, we've got Ikila That's the best I can do for that one. On the other side of the map, in the color green, playing as the Byzantines, we've got Kenpachi Zaraki. And in the north, playing in the color yellow, his famous yellow, in fact, representing Team GL, playing as the Japanese. It is the one, the only, TheViper. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is so exciting to get to cast him once again. I thought it was done for when we finished up the Octagon, but it's great to see him re-entering. We might not have 8 sides today. We've got 4, but I tell you what, that's just enough. And what do we got going on here? Viper, early on, moving out villagers over onto the woodline, playing this brand new civilization. I tell you what, I'm incredibly excited to get to cast this game because not only do we have Viper in here, we've also got Grubby. These two, they were both streaming up over on Twitch and I saw them playing together and I said, you know what? We're going to have to check them out. But that was only because there was one guy in YouTube who's like, hey, Drongo, just so you know, Viper's playing some games. Go check him out. And so here we are. I tell you what, where's that guy been? It's been a while since I've seen him. Last time I saw him was over in Germany. I tell you what, he's been doing well. He's been doing well. I've been following along with him. It's great to see him back on AoE4. I'm curious to see what he's going to cook up for us today. It's a Dark Age strategy that we get to see from the Viper, looking to play Age of Empires 4, just like you play Age of Empires 2. Going for a little bit of a drush, are we today, Viper? Let's see what your enemies are up to and whether they are going to be prepared for it, because over on that east side of the map, we've got Juicy's Legacy here, who begin gathering up some gold early on. Perhaps we'll be able to deny quite a bit of that gold. In fact, we can see right here that the gold vein is going to be off limits for these villagers once the samurai from the Viper get over here. Down on this south side, we can see Dinos here also going to be looking to try and pick up gold, but once again, his villagers also going to be off limit here. So let's see whether the Viper is going to be able to strike while the iron is hot, but the age up's now starting to come through. Which age up is it going to be for our Abbasid variant Ayyubid player today? He's got a couple of options available to him. Geez, only 8 options available to click right here. For anybody who's new to Age of Empires 4 or the Sultan's Ascend, all of these civilizations have got crazy new mechanics. I say crazy, they're not that crazy. I mean, some of them are pretty crazy. But one of them is the Ayyubids, where they've got 8 different age ups and they scale throughout each of your ages. So if you use a certain age up to go to the castle age, it's going to be different when it goes to the Imperial age. It will be more powerful. And we can see that today, Dinos has opted to go for some economic wings, going for the growth option, which is going to give him 3 villages, and his orchids are going to be granting, or orchards rather, are going to be granting 50 more food, which is nice. It's nice to have that. Instead of 350 out of 250, that'll be 400 out of 250. Don't ask me how that number works. I got no idea. Let's check in on the other side of the map as the first of the samurais come through from the Viper. You can see he made a cool little movement right there. He was like, "Wacha, you are my next target." Just the one samurai to start us off. It doesn't look like Viper's been keen to go in any further than that. We can see that Viper's looked to take early advantage of his new buildings as the Japanese is running in underneath. Where's that town center? I think it's... is he running directly into the town center? No, okay. I was a little bit worried there. But it looks like he is going to be coming up towards his opponent. The opponent's just aged up through to the second age here. We can see that he's put that Jiangnan tower down, and we'll be looking to hit him on the stone. Viper could be causing a little bit of havoc early on. 4 minutes into this game, and the first strike happens. Keep in mind, he's got access to that deflective armor. That little white bar you see above the top of the samurai is an indicator as to whether his deflective armor is up or not. The way that it works is simple. You take a shot, instead of losing health, you lose that deflective armor. And then, after 8 seconds, you'll regenerate that deflective armor if you are out of combat. That's going to be the key factor here. So, let's take a look at the base of Viper and see how he's doing, as he's got plenty of houses down already. I tell you what, it's funny watching people, you know, Viper was at one point the best in the world at Age of Empires 4, and yet still it's fun to come back and be able to watch him play now. He's obviously hasn't touched Age of Empires 4 for quite a few months, and you know, it's basically you're back to square one. But the best part is you pick it up so quickly. That's the thing, right? Like, this is the first game for Viper when he's coming back. You wait and see the 10th game, and he's going to be playing better than... He'll be better than a Conqueror 3 player. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, nice little aggression early here, and we do see Grubby has now aged up on the south side. He's going to be going with the Imperial Hippodrome, which is a unique landmark available to the Byzantines, one of the brand new civilizations in this expansion pack. They've got a bunch of a whole new mechanics available to them, including, take a look at this one, right here, we've got olive oil, a brand new resource that is unique to the Byzantines. They can use it to purchase mercenaries from their mercenary house. You can choose from one of 3 different contracts that all provide different units depending on the age of the game that you're in. And it doesn't look like he's aligned himself just yet with that decision, but we do see a second cistern, another part of that aqueduct network looking to come online here, and he'll be looking to connect them up. You can see the line being drawn out here. It looks like he's got the connection all down. Let's check in with the Viper as the age up comes through. There it is. Viper now with the Shinobi on the field. The Viper's Shinobis. Do we be fearful of them? I think we should be fearful of the Shinobi of the Viper, the yellow Shinobi. Look at that bad boy go. He's got his little dagger out. He's ready to cause some havoc, except for the fact... Okay, there we go. We got the memo. No, never mind. We're returning back to base. Samurai out on the field. Now, the Samurai is very similar to a men-at-arms. Basically the same thing as a men-at-arms. Almost identical, except it's got a couple of cool, unique features about it. We've already talked about the deflective armor. Let's talk about one of the upgrades they get. It's called Odachi, and it's available at the barracks in the castle age. It's unique to the Samurai, to the Japanese, and it increases the damage that the Samurai does by 4 against infantry units. And that's pretty big when you think about it. That's not just heavy infantry like the Palace Guard here, or light infantry like the Spearmen. That's also ranged infantry. So, second Palace Guard going to be coming out here. It looks like Viper's going to be outnumbered early on in this game. Needs to call on that Shinobi for assistance, but unfortunately the Shinobi has been a little bit caught up back here with the wolves, with the wildlife. Let's check in and see how his compatriot is doing. Compatriot? That's probably not the right word. His teammate. His teammate is doing. How's Grubby doing down here? He's doing pretty well. He's up to 10% bonus gather rate for his cistern. You can see right here that let's ride on board with him, and we can see these golden circles that are being thrown around the bases. This is going to represent all of that buffing of your gather rate. So your villagers are going to gather faster in this AoE. Very, very nice little buff that you get there. And Shinobi's out on the map. You can see Viper just standing by for the moment. He's looking to try and pick something off. What's he going to find, though? That's the question. Looks like he's going to get found out. Viper, he's already used the Shunshin, continuing to move down south at this stage. Is he going castle age? Viper actually dropping a second TC here, a little bit just before the 8-minute mark. He's throwing back the scout, and there's the Shunshin. Viper looking to out-micro the micro... I mean, he is the micro god. He's looking to try and micro early on. He's trying out the new abilities here. Couple of horsemen out on the field here for Grubby as well. And now we see Viper heading back up to the north. Doesn't look like any more Shinobi have been thrown out just yet. So at this point in time, Viper still yet to find a kill on the board, registering it over to his side. Let's check in with his base and see how he's going and talk a little bit about some of these unique buildings available to the Japanese. So first and foremost, they've got access to this house that also acts as a mill. So naturally, you'd think that this is going to be called a mill house, and you're exactly wrong. This is a farmhouse. It's not a mill house, but I agree. It should be called a mill house. Second of all, we've also got the Forge, which is a mining camp that acts as a blacksmith. This is a wonderful addition to the Japanese, and I absolutely love it. It means that you can access those not unique technologies, but those early technologies without having to pay for a blacksmith. Feels really good, but look at this. A little bit of action behind enemy lines. Viper coming in with the Shinobi, looking to cause some damage right now and get that stabby stick out. No, wait, never mind. He's just torched the mining camp and said, see you later, alligator. Don't forget your toilet paper. Look at him go. It's on fire as well. Comes back in. He's looking to do a little bit more siege damage here. I totally forgot that you could do that. Shunshin's out. Oh, Viper, look at you. You're too cute right now. I love that, like, there's nothing nearby, and he's still like, I'm going to Shunshin away. Oh, it's so good to see. Getting into all the mechanics. The age I'm about to come through. You can see he's about halfway on the gold. Almost there on the food. And we'll keep riding on board with him. And as I said before, guys, just remember, it's been a while since Viper's played Age of Empires 4, right? It's going to come back to him eventually. It'll take some time, though. But let's keep riding on board and see how we do. Let's check in with his opponents and see how they're going, as we've got ourselves. Have a look at this right here. Holy moly. This is a nice little meditation gardens we've got up here towards the north. What's that? 62 food coming in, 64 food coming in right there, 30 gold. And I'm going to guess that that is 26 wood. Oh my God, I'm so good at this game. I am so damn good at this game. How am I not Conqueror 3 yet? Well, I've only played 2 ranked games, that's why. Did you guys see that? Wow, 26. Viper now with the 3rd TC. Oh my Lord, this guy doesn't know when to stop. That is that is ludicrous. 3 TCs now. I guess we're in a team game though, so it's a bit more forgiving in the team games. His ally's gone for the 2nd TC, so Grubby's working his way into it, but Viper's still playing the no unit challenge for the most part. He's had what? 1 samurai out, 1 shinobi out, and then just exploring the landscape. We see his opponents are playing a little bit defensive, and that could be largely because of the fact Viper's been putting on this early pressure, but now the age ups come through. It's going to be Castle Age on that north side. Have we got the Castle Age? We do indeed. It's going to be the Master Smiths coming through for the Ayyubids as well. So Viper going to be up against some very strong units here in the Castle Age for his opponents as both of them hit at the same time. Keep in mind, both of them still on 1 TC, so definitely going to be packing some punches here. And it's going to be the Montlu Academy coming through for his juicy opponent on that north side. So definitely looking to focus on those Imperial officials. Look how many he's got out already. 4 Imperial officials out already. And going straight into regional inspection. Looking to, oh gosh, how many? Oh God, Viper could be in trouble right now. If he looks to, how many resources has his opponent got? Oh, his opponent's got so many resources. Oh, he could just supervise these barracks and just pump out unit upon unit upon unit. This could get ludicrous right now. We got to make sure, Viper, you're going to be okay right now. So many, oh, I'm actually really liking this. I mean, you could probably just do it without the landmark. Be a bit more difficult, but on the backside, Spears, Palace Guards looking to try and defend here. Looks like a skewer's gone through on one of the horsemen, but look at the micro coming out from Grubby, doing a very decent job there of making sure none of the horsemen do die. You can see that they do have the access to the extra torch damage as well from a nearby scout. Shinobi on the front. Viper might be thinking about going to the next stage. Let's check in with him. Very close to that age up. We can see he's got the resources for it in the bag now. Shinobi's got to be careful. Poor Shinobi. Poor Shinobi. All right. Well, at this point in time, Viper's playing a relaxed game, a cool game. He's got the farms coming out around his town center. Well positioned here as well. Gosh, how good does the Japanese base look? And there's the age up now coming through. 2 villages on the floating gate. Definitely the best landmark to be going for. It's going to be the floating gate. 3rd town center also going to be going down for Grubby as well. So these guys are looking to really, you know, these guys are boomers when it comes to their age, but they are also boomers when it comes to their gameplay style. For anybody who doesn't know, Viper currently pushing about 45. Grubby, no day younger than 45 as well. We were actually in a band. Yeah, we were in a band a couple years ago. They were the good days. But we're all old and grey now. Anyway, we got a military production coming up. 5 archery ranges coming up here. Viper on that north side. Slowly but steadily aging up here. No production really coming through for him. Market is down. He's looking to do a little bit of trading here. Let's check in with his opponent as the push starts to come through. Dinos now with the large spearman mass. Keep in mind, he's picked up all of these upgrades from his blacksmith for free. Didn't have to pay a single dollar for them, except for this one here, but it doesn't really count because he needs to get the tier 1, then he'll get the tier 2 for free. But now, Grubby has put plenty of production buildings down. Is he looking for a castle age as well? We can check in with his resources and see how he's doing. He is indeed looking for a castle age. Plenty of res in the bank, and now look at this battering ram timing push coming through here. Desert Raider on standby to the north. The scout sits here waiting, watching, willing to help out in any way it can. And look at the farming economy from the Viper. He is going ham when it comes to villager count. In fact, let's check in with the villager count and see how we're doing here. Viper currently sitting on 69 villagers. What a wonderful number of villagers to have at your disposal. We'll check in with his opponents, currently sitting on 48, 44, and then, of course, Grubby, probably going to be on a pretty decent number, 57. Not a bad number at all, but Grubby going to be under pressure soon, and he spots this out. He knows that there's enemy units nearby. He's going to have to begin massing up, and we see that age up on the way through the Golden Horn Tower. The base is beginning to combine. Grubby here with the Viper. Looks like he's gone into the Silk Road Mercenaries with access to the Javelin Thrower. He's also going to have access to the Camel Rider and the Grenadier once he reaches the Imperial Age. So keep an eye out on that one. Now Viper going to be looking to pick up some relics out in the middle of the map. A little bit of a raid on the backside here. Scout still spotting out the enemy's positions. And now it looks like the Archer just going to get taken out by the Javelin Throwers. A Mangonel going to be going down here. Forces starting to build on this south side. Grubby could be in trouble early on in this game. We'll check in with the Viper and see how he's doing. Because Viper, we need units, Viper. If we can get some units on the field, that would be wonderful. Shinto Shrine coming up, a couple of barracks here as well. Could look to get these Yorishiro inside the barracks and buff this up even further. This is one of the best landmarks in the game right now. This landmark just scales infinitely. The longer the game goes, the better it gets for the Japanese with this landmark, because these Yorishiro give so many resources if you put them in a forge. And now, oh, Viper and Grubby could be in trouble as the Manjaniques are in play. Double Manjanique on the field. How do they hold this? Look at the amount of spears that they're up against right now. That is not looking good. They're going to be careful. The Castle Age comes in. Grubby going to be looking to defend. 15 minutes through this game, and they're under significant pressure as the town centers look like they might be going down. Look at the damage coming in from those Manjaniques. What is the number on those things? 2 with 14 against buildings, and how many shots do they fire? 12 shots? That is ludicrous. Spears breaking through the base right now. Where is the Viper? He needs to assist his ally immediately. Assist me, please. Big raid on that south side as well as the Spear and Horsemen go through together. They're going to be trying their best to hold on in this game, but it looks like Grubby's managed to find a way through on the first of the Manjaniques. Second Manjanique doesn't take a hit, still stands strong. Battering ram is in as well. Villager count's going to be what's in advantage for these guys at the moment on the west side as they continue to face pressure on the southern position. 3 TCs for Viper. He remains stagnant when it comes to his TCs, which is good to see. 3 is more than enough when it comes to games like this, especially when you spawn so close to your enemy. And the Manjanique finishes off the TC with just an inch of health remaining. And now Viper comes through with the Samurai, looking to try and clean up the remnants of what are here. But the Gulams are going to dish out plenty of damage, and they've got their free upgrades, their free melee upgrades, their free ranged defense upgrades. And look at the Samurais coming in. The Bannerman going to be here to assist. Plenty of damage coming from these units. Can the Viper Samurai finally make it onto the field and look to defend in this position? The crossbow numbers also building from his ally Grubby. More and more of these. Look at the Samurai now coming. Oh, he's put the Yorishiro. Viper puts the Yorishiro into the barracks, and that's why they're pumping out so fast. 8 seconds for each of these compared to the 23 seconds that you normally see, and that's why he's got so many of them just coming out, flooding the Viper right now, doing an incredible job at holding on this defense. The Samurais continue to run through. The numbers are absolutely ludicrous. We can see the Manjaniques copping a bit of damage here onto the veteran Samurais, and the Samurais are just going to run past the front line and say, we got a date with some Manjaniques. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. And indeed, they will catch them tomorrow, but that's going to be with their swords, or what have we got here? We've got Naganatas. Both of the Manjaniques going to go down here before the landmark can. The battering ram also going to go down, and geez, you know, one of the things that Viper is famous for is cutting it close, all right? This guy knows what it's like whenever I watched him play, okay, the big thing that he did was he always pushed it to the limit. He would wait until the very last second to make units, and before then, he was just kind of focusing on his economy, doing a little bit of booming, and he still does it in Age of Empires 4. That's why we saw him go to 3 TCs to Castle without making a single unit, because he didn't need a single unit. And then as soon as he needs units, it's Samurai time, baby, and he floods the field with these Samurais right now. The Viper's Japanese is looking scary. I tell you what, if you're queuing up in the ranks for 2v2s or 3v3s, you better watch out, because this guy is on the prowl, and well, I'm just going to say, I'm probably going to be avoiding it for the moment. I'd like to keep my ear low. This is looking scary. On the north side, though, we've got a strike from Juicy's Legacy coming in towards Viper's base. He's got plenty of Samurai up here. He doesn't look like he's keen on making anything other than Samurai upgrades starting to come through. We start to see, we've got Kabuse Gidai. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly. We've also got Adachi coming in. I can do that one for you. And now, plenty of these units looking to come through to the base of Viper. Viper could be in a little bit of trouble. The Shinto priest just fallen asleep on the job. Yorishiro is here. Now we got some Honor Bagacious. Now I'm going to be careful to make sure that I don't call these guys cool guys, and instead I call them girls, because the Honor Bagacia is a girl. I know that because there was about 63 YouTube comments that mentioned that. So apologies, guys and girls, and you know everything else. Apologies. On the other side of the map, though, the Samurai make their way. Viper is just chasing away all of these villagers. He's looking for blood. At the same time, towards the north, he's forcing the Juicy Legacy opponent into the town center, and he's just biding his time. He says, you know what, I don't really mind. We can just sit here all day. We can idle you out. He's facing a little bit of strife at home, though. We start to see the Daimyo mana have been upgraded. He's got level 1 on both of these. Level 1 on the main town center as well. Only a knight or a lancer just sitting back here, and it looks like he will clean this up pretty efficiently. Veterancies come through on the Honor Bagation now. Numbers looking good. At this point, we'll do a quick stock take and see what the villager counts are currently sitting at. Viper on 80. His opponent, 50. 57, and Grubby sits on 68. So definitely a villager advantage for our Western team, our heroes, our protagonists of the story. The question is going to be whether they're able to close out the game before their opponents can clinch away victory. Snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. It was a pretty substantial push that was down here on the south side. I'm impressed by the way that it was held by our two Western players. But now the Viper going to be marching out with his infantry mass, heading towards that north sacred site. Samurais still hunting. Keep in mind, he's got access to the shinobi. We haven't seen it out at all this game. I mean, we saw that one shinobi, and this is part of the reason why I'm really not a big fan of this landmark. Because this landmark, it's great if you want to use shinobi, but if you don't want to use shinobi or don't care for shinobi, it doesn't really do much for you. It doesn't really do much for you, other than give you one shinobi. That's pretty much it. All right, let's check in on this south side. See how Viper is. He's doing not too bad, but the crossbows are out on the field. And once these guys reach a critical mass where they can begin one-shotting the samurai, it's going to be fine. The tricky thing is that samurai aren't easy to one-shot because they can absorb a bolt or a volley. And when I say that, I mean that. Now, I need to do the testing for it because I'm not 100% sure on this, but with their deflective armor, I've seen them soak more than one shot if the shot occurs at the same time. So if you have 10 crossbows and all fire them at the same samurai, there's a good chance it blocks all of those shots. But once again, just remember, I could be fibbing to you here. I'm still not 100% sure. I know that it's at least multiple. I'm just not sure where that number ends or if that number ends. Nice little farm transition coming in now for our Juicy Legacy player. Viper's still here, ready to go. And look at this, towards the front. Lancer numbers starting to build here. Couple of palace guards coming through as well, but the samurai numbers looking thick and thin. Sacred site's being taken. More units rallying in towards this fight. Viper overwhelming his opponent right now. Down on the south side, Grubby is just chilling out, minding his own business. Kairosoft Hon ready to go. And now we got the Shaolin Monk out on the field. Looks like he's gone into... We've gone into the Montlu Academy, but he's also gone into the additional landmark. Where is it? There it is, the Shaolin Monastery. But not for long, it seems, as the Shaolin Monastery is under siege. Viper just going the infantry route. He's got 54 villagers working on food right now. That's 58 farms. He is going at... Oh my gosh, look at the size of this. Viper is one of the best boomers in the game, I tell you what. It is incredible to get to watch this. Look at how quickly this goes from... Wait. Hey, you guys doing a bit of trading, eh? How's the trade going? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? This is good numbers, guys. Good. As I said, it's been a while since they've played the game, so you know it's going to take a while for things to come back around for them. Just remember that. Big numbers though for Viper as he continues to close in on his opponents on this east side of the map, just running past all the crossbows. He doesn't even care right now. He's coming down onto the south. He's looking to link up with Grubby. Never mind me. He's turned around and now begins throwing down towards that opponent's base. He's done a decent job of getting those numbers up, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough for him. Viper is just menacing at this point. What have we got? We've got a couple of Zhukanu and some crossbows coming out. Big archery ranges. Numbers. Oh my lord, look at the number of crossbows we've got back here. This is a decent amount. This should be enough to stop what Viper's got, as long as the kiting continues. Oh, you can see the shots coming in. Oh my lord, actually, the crossbows are doing a decent job here. Let's watch as they try their best to clean up these units. Onabagesha goes down. No deflective armor. Here we go. We're trying to look for ones with deflective armor dying instantly. I'm watching these guys on the top side. Oh yeah, okay, that guy died pretty quickly. So there's got to be something to it. We'll have to wait and work it out. Viper now looking for an Imperial Age timing. The landmark going up. It's going to be the Castle of the Crow. 6 villagers here working their way through with it. Viper continuing to rally units across the map. So many bloody units here. And we do see the crossbows doing a decent job of holding on this north side. So he may have to head back to the drawing board. But just keep in mind, his economy is pretty decent. So he could look to switch if he wanted to. He could go into horsemen. He could go into any kind of cavalry. And just remember, the mounted samurai is an incredibly good unit here for the Japanese. So that is always going to be an open option for you. With that Castle of the Crow coming in, expect to see a trader on the map shortly. I suspect it's probably... Oh, it could come in from the top side. Oh, this could be really bad. And this is one of the things about the Castle of the Crow that I don't like. You can choose your treasure caravan spawn-in location, which ideally you'd choose this one down here because it's definitely going to be a safer route. But otherwise, it will just go to the closest... as far as I'm aware, it will go to the closest market or trade post. So it could look to come up here and spawn in, which could be bad, but now, never mind that. Hydrosophon, together with the army, looking to siege down the enemy base. Viper holding hands as Grubby slowly but steadily takes down the archery rangers. He's here with him. Plenty of resources in the bank. Imperial only seconds away for the Viper. He'll be looking to pick up the elite upgrades for his units here. Make sure that they are ready to go once he hits that Imperial age. He's got a whole bunch of new technologies that will become available to him that are unique to the Japanese as well. Keep that in mind. He'll be looking for his +4 melee attack as well. A unique upgrade available to the Japanese. And there's the age up coming in now for the Viper. Hitting the Imperial age, and we see those elite upgrades coming in. Elite Honor Geisha, Elite Samurai, and there is Yari Ire, which is going to be that unique extra little bit of damage. And now the question's going to be where does it go? Where does the Castle of the Crow spawn the trade caravan? And does it spawn here where the enemy villages are, or does it spawn on the south side where it's a little bit safer? We'll have to keep an eye out because Viper and Grubby are now sieging down the opponent base. I can feel good game just being seconds away. There's no way they hold this. You can see that there's plenty of units towards that north side, but the Ayyubid player's just got absolutely nothing, and he's been completely destroyed on this south side. There it is. There it is. That's the treasure caravan. It did spawn in on the north side. Look at this. Fortunately for the Viper, his opponent's not paying attention. It means it's going to carry the 2,000 plus resources. Never mind. The game is going to be over. Dino's surrendered. He says, that's it for me, and that's it for you. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. We got him. It's the Viper. It's Grubby. It's great to see them back, and boy, oh boy, nice little defense right there from the guys. Anyway, fellas, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.